Hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Book of Hours. We're having a look at the demo build as part of the Steam Next Fest. I'm going to try and stack up a bunch of stuff from the Next Fest, see if we can showcase a lot while we're at it. But first out of the gate will be this, because I'm a huge fan of Weather Factory. They've only released Cultist Simulator. They worked with Failbetter before in the past with things like Some of the Sea and Some of the Skies. But this sort of eldritchy, unusual, intuition-based gameplay mechanics, I love Cultist Simulator. In fact, we just covered it on the channel to shout it out because I knew I was going to cover this. I'm going in relatively blind. I don't really know. Is this a sequel? Is it the same sort of mechanic? Is it radically different? A lot of questions that I hope to answer. So I guess let's find out. Begin game. Oh, a lot of the same sound effects, a lot of the same sort of artistic, like even that same art. Okay. Bran Krug, March 36. There has been no librarian at Hush House since the fire, 7 years now. Suitable candidates are very difficult to find, but perhaps we have found one in you. Take care of your journey. The seas around Bran Krug are treacherous. Right, so I'm playing a librarian. I say this all the time, you know, you could make an exciting game as an accountant. You just have to have the right people creating it. So whatever, I'll be a librarian. St. Brandon's Cove. The fishermen of Bran Krug village beach their boats here each night. The sea does not regret the tide, and after the tide withdraws, something always remains, which we call memory. It's true of storms too. Okay, sure. What's going on over here? The cold comes first. Oh, we are still playing with cards. Thunder growling, waves pounding, and finally me, sprawled on the sodden sand of the beach. There's something in my hand. Health, half drowned. Oh, yes, I was wondering, like not worried even, but I thought they might be doing something really different. But this is more card stuff. UI's cleaned up a bit, but it looks like it's still ultimately the same thing. Sky. Memory. So there's still some sort of aspect component. A drowned book. Readable. Soaked. Wait, what does soaked mean? In peril of dissolution, intervene quickly but not hastily. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought we were paused. Look how slow that's going. 4.07. Health half drowned. Shivers rack my soaked body. Your health is failing. Find somewhere to warm up. Oh, it's ticking down. So I'm half drowned. Oh, look, I recognize that. That's the winter aspect. And this is element of the soul. Okay, cool. So I should be able to collect all of those. And it's auto-slotting them in areas. Oh, game. Remember, what do I have left to work with? Now, if I click on that, will it highlight anything for me? It won't, so no cheating anymore. Remember, memory, storm. Can I like double click or anything like that? I can't get my thoughts straight. Perhaps there's something in the book. Okay, yeah. What's this button do? Oh, it's a sort button. Okay. Well, let's put the book in here. Perhaps this book can help me put the pieces together. What's left? The storm didn't take everything, did it? Well, can I use the memory of the storm to complement it? There was a storm. It smashed the ship like an egg, but I seized this book as the sea seized me, and then the sea brought me here to Bran Krug. Bran Krug? I like calling it Bran Krug. I'm owning my Aussie affections. Alright, so let's let that tick over. So we can pause. Wait, what is that? Okay, let's just pause, I think. Okay. And Bran Krug is where I wanted to be, but it's hard to remember why. What else did I lose in the storm? Okay, so we've still got the book. We've got fatigue. The part of which of us that dreams. Okay. What's this? Elements of the soul. So these are like our health cards and such. So I'm guessing Fet is one of them. Chore or core. Exuberance, instinct, and rhythm. And shat. Eloquence and understanding. The door opens both ways. So these are all other elements that are fatigued. Doesn't look like they have a timer though. So resetting them might require something. Wisdoms. What is this? The Tree of Wisdom. Scholars and adepts recognize 9 wisdoms, though they disagree where one wisdom ends and another begins. Something for me to think about. Use cursor keys to traverse the tree. Right, illumination. Horror McHistory. Bird song. Preservation. Okay. Sure. Rescued journal. My memories lie curled in my journal, like a seed in winter's earth. Once you've rescued and read your journal, use it to unlock a tree. Okay, so I don't suppose I can... Okay, let's go back to the world. This is great. What is this? Tick. Okay, so what's left? Perhaps this can help me. What is this here that it's saying here? Elements of the soul and memory. See now, what is this? That is an element of the soul, however, that is... fatigued. Fatigued? There's not much more that you can tell me. Wait a little. Fatigued abilities always recover at dawn. Right, so there is a silent timer in the background. So maybe we just let it tick over for a bit. We'll speed up. Can we go faster than ×2? Yeah, okay. What can I... St. Bran's Cove. Can I put my health anywhere? Alive approximately. Remember. So, okay. So, hang on. So, if I do drag that, it will give me the highlight. I was wondering if they took that out fully. I'm soaked, I'm freezing, but as far as I can tell, I'm still alive. You still have some health, don't lose it. You need it if you want to be alive. What else do you have? Right, I can't do anything with that, though. Can I? Yes, that's me. What else is me? Right. I wonder if... I don't think there's much more I can do with this book. Freezing fingers. The book's in bad shape. I'm not much better. We're both in need of some warm, dry space. Place it soon. Oh, hang on. What remains of me? Words? I thought these are fatigued. That's a little bit cheeky. The human soul has 9 parts. Eloquence and understanding rise from the part of the soul that we call shapt. Is my shapt strong? Recover this. The other 2 will be lost to the sea for now. Oh, so I have to pick one. Exuberance, enthusiasm, and instinct. Yeah, let's do that. All right, we'll recover chore. This is great. Okay, cool. They get deleted for now. What remains me? Instinct. This is the coast where Bran Krug Isle lies. It wasn't easy to come here, but I don't give up easily. Even so this reminds me a little bit closer. There's a DLC expansion for the base Cultist Simulator game called The Exile, and that is more sort of driven. You're on the run and being hunted across the world and having to move around and all that. And this feels a little bit like it's taken some of that learnings. As cool as the core of Cultist Simulator is, the Exile is the strongest part. The fact that it introduces a more driven experience, right? This seems less meandering, which is cool. I don't want to speak too soon, though. Even so, I know there's no way I can cross to the Isle in these seas. I'll need to find shelter for the night. Okay, so we've recovered our chore, right? Now, what's this? Arab, fatigued, Fost. So these are all the sort of parts of your psyche, right? Sort of core to your logos, as best as I can understand. Metal sounds a bit... See, I see metal and I recognize it. And then I see things like Fost and Arab and I go, what the fuck is that? Maybe they're real, maybe they're made up. I don't know. I'm not exactly a scholar of these things. But the fact that there's real things thrown in there as well makes me wonder if maybe they are. Can I use my chaw for anything at the moment? No. Now, what about interacting with the world, like the beach? Looks like we can move around a bit. No, it doesn't seem that I can. Okay, so maybe we do the same thing and we try and recover one of these psyche components. Metal. Metal is the soul's tempering will, self-discipline, the part of us which makes the right choice. Choose a strong metal and a past where you made mistakes. The waves will wash away the others for now. Okay, right. So I'm getting... This is almost like a character generator in a way. A bit of a setup. Okay. Perhaps here I can atone for all I've done, but what was that exactly? First things first, I remember there's someone in the village who will give me sanctuary if I can get there. Mysteries have been added to your journal. You can begin to investigate them when you and your journal are both dry. Okay, so we've got our metal. An old friend's address. Denzel is the blacksmith of Bran Krug village. I remember him from the war. If he remember... This is, what was it, 36? So World War One. If he remembers me, I can find shelter beneath his roof once I've reached Bran Krug village. Okay, cool. Consider. So I can reflect. Shelter is unlocking. There's always more to know. Cash, skill, readable, and memory. So I shouldn't be able to use any of these. I can't put that there. A thing must have at least one of these aspects. Yeah, okay, right. That's okay. I'm just poking and prodding and learning. Let's continue to consider the book. What more can I glean from it? While this unlocks as well. I wonder if I can... No, I can't interact with that world. Consider. I can't glean anything out of this book until I've dried it out carefully. Okay? Right, so we've hit a little bit of a hiccup there. Let's wait for this to unlock. Shelter. Okay. Bran Krug village must be nearby, but it's hard going, dragging my soaked body across the sand, across the soaked sand in the teeth of this wind. Which way? So we've got a memory, fear. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. From the big man himself. Scale. Hard without, hard within. Edge. I remember edge. Edge usually means the ability to kill. So if you had a follower with higher edge, you could dispatch them to dispatch someone. Alright, so that's a memory though. So we could work with that. Help. So we could probably put that there. No. A thing may only go there if it has all of these aspects. Element of the soul. Oh, so like you can't use winter. And it has to have element of the soul, which means it's from here. You can see that's the name of this section. So it has to be from that section. It has to be either knock, heart, or location. Rose. Rose? I mean, I guess, yeah, that's a compass rose. Okay, cool. So what have we got here? Heart. Winter. It's got the winter aspect because I'm half drowned. This doesn't. What about this? See, now that has edge. I don't think that... Yeah, okay. So we could use chore on that for help. So what you're using is the instinct of chore, which is well, instinct, essentially, right? So this part of your psyche to instinctually use to find help, in which case it manifests as my instinct tells me it might be this way. Without a map, instinct is as good a compass as any. Fantastic. This is great. How they have managed to take the same loop and they've changed. Oh, it's so not non-tangible, right? But the fact that the whole focus is on how your sort of character's core and psyche works and what you favour. I like the idea that like chore and metal are the ones I picked. That's not to say that I'm not without the ability to talk or anything like that. It's just I'm probably not very good with my words. But the chore and metal, for example, are sort of prominent in my character's personality and they drive me and inform what I can do. Anyway, I'm gushing, but that's because this is good. Okay, so if I click on this, it'll take anything that is any of those. So it'll take a memory, and we know that is a memory there. The night speaks, the moon hears. Am I alone here? Now, see, I find this a little bit of a cop-out. This would happen in the first game. I can technically slot it there, but it doesn't do anything. See, now, I guess we could put that there. However, we couldn't glean anything further, could we? All right, let's let that instinct play out. Okay, we can drag the play space. I can't put memory. I can't slot things on the. Yeah, I don't really know how we interact with the play space yet. Okay. Something in the wind. The cliffs grow dark. Oh, and it's fatigued my chore, and the chore needs re-fatiguing, or whatever you bloody call it. Cliffs grow dark against the ragged stars, and then at last I see the light of a hurricane lamp bobbing in the dark. As it approaches, a face glimmers above the lamp. Fisherman's assistant. A fisherman from Bran Krug village. He can guide me up the cliff path if he trusts me. Sure. Now I have the ability to talk. Wait, so we just take away the other one? Okay, that's shelter or whatever it was. I am curious about if I can consider... No. No, so refreshing chore is going to be a little bit more of a task. Okay, well, we're going to talk to this dude. Come no closer. What's thy business? Well, I'm going to go with the old friend's address, right? Surely. Is there someone who might vouch for me from the villagers? Be someone that'll speak for E? Of course, since 1930s and the Restoration, the locals have grown ever more suspicious of foreigners, but there is someone in Bran Krug that I know. Okay. Allaying suspicion. Woohoo! Oh, I'm loving this. I truly hope you can save state. It looks like you can. I've noticed some of these demos, I mean, I guess they're smaller, but they don't let you save state, and that kind of kills me when I want to do 30-minute blocks. I'll take you by the cliffs then. The gentleman is no longer skeptical. Okay, very good. Talk, although not in the library, please. Okay, sure. So I don't need to transit specifically. Alright, well, let's have a chat with him. Suspicion allayed already. The gentleman no doubt wishes you to understand that he would like to get out of the rain now, please and thank you. So there's no value to talking to him further. Right, and this would take an introduction, which you can see here. This is great because this is one of the biggest flaws of the first game. As much as I appreciate what they were going for, I think they underestimated how stupid most of us normies are. And having actual explicit clues and hints to help find the way through the game is kind of cool. Alright, well, I'm just going to unpause for the moment. Days. Bran Krug Village. Wait, did that just pop up or did I click it? Oh! Where exactly am I clicking there? Oh, look at this. Okay, that's not super intuitive, but we're getting there. Bran Village, sanctuary in the storm. I'll need help to climb the cliffs in the dark, and the locals are suspicious of outsiders. Aha. Well, I'll use his guidance to open this section. Bran Village. This quiet Cornish fishing village has lain long in the Isle's shadow. It might be as old as Hush House itself. And like Hush House, Bran Village has provided sanctuary over the years for its share of misfits and exiles. Okay. Well, I like how it all just sort of highlights. Now, what can we do here? Oh, this is cool. Denzel Smith. Oh, that's my mate. Here we go. You here? How? Hang on, what was the... Denzel Smith has worked more than he needs. Has more work than he needs, and he rarely opens his door to strangers. You need an introduction or a mutual acquaintance mark with Edge, Forge, or Grail. Now, I wonder if I would have gotten this dude as my old friend if I had picked a different core set of statistics. I wonder. Shelter. Winter. We can use health. You here? How? Here we go. This is great. Okay, take shelter at the smithy. Oh, look at this. We've had a UI element added. Crossroads of the season. After the storm, approaching dawn. Okay, so we've got a day-night tracker and a seasonal tracker. Denzel only has the one bed, but he can offer me a straw mattress in the smithy. It's smoky, but the warmth is very welcome. Right, so what's this done? Memory revelation. Okay, so that's running at the moment. Ah, you can see the timer underneath. Consider. Can't really do much with that. Talk. I mean, it's not like I can talk to myself, right? That's okay. What's going on at the post office? Postmistress may have something for me once I know what to ask for. Journal. Readable. I mean, can I put that there? Oh, hang on. How did it work? Tick. Journal, readable, soaked. Soaked, right? So if I can remove the soaked sort of affix to this, probably not the best term for it. Sweet bones. Locked. After the restoration of 1930, the new king's agents came looking for his enemies in these parts, and they weren't gentle about it. Since those days, the locals are suspicious of foreigners. No one in this sweet bones will talk to me. Diplomacy or bribery. Oh, here we go. If I had chore... Oh, I've got metal. I'm not going away. They don't have to like me. So I'm just going to bully my way in. So that's on a 10-second timer. What about up here? The rectory. Reverend Timothy is a hospitable soul, but Terence, his housekeeper, guards her employer fiercely. She doesn't want his innocent theological enthusiasms getting him in trouble with the new king's men. In an introduction or a mutual acquaintance marked with lantern, knock, or sky, or someone who likes poetry or theology. All right, so I need an introduction. Mr. and Mrs. and Mr. Killy, don't you mean Mr. and Mrs.? Mrs. Killy, the midwife, is tall and gloomy. Mr. Killy, the undertaker, is slight and wry. In these troubled times, both are wary of strangers. You need an introduction. Okay. Circuit bridge needs repairs. Can I just press escape? No. That's fiddly. Crowcross Sands. That's cool. Oh, what does that mean? Force of personality. Here we go. Eventually, the other patrons unbend enough sufficiently to let me buy them a pint and let me listen to them complain about the weather. I'll find a warmer welcome here next time. Memory solace. Oh yeah, it's like, it's the same art as contentment. So what's that given me? Memory, heart, and sky? Right. So memory seems permanent, which is cool. Sweet bones. Pence. Element of the soul. Can I just use metal? Fixing and mending. There's not much work on offer in Bran, Krug, but I can find sixpence worth of odd jobs. Alright, well let's queue that up. Let's let the clock tick over. How are we going to dry out this book? I wonder. This is great. Take shelter at the smithy. Denzel pauses at the door as I wish him a good night. Son will be back, he observes. Always do. Used to say that in the war, didn't we? The words linger as he clumps up the passage. The lamp flame flickers red, gold, red. Memory, revelation. Some truths come to us from outside or above. So we've got a lantern memory. Okay, smoky room. Denzel doesn't smile when he welcomes you in, but that's only because he's Denzel. Okay, right. So it has to be an element of the soul. Like, this book doesn't have that, does it? Okay. I mean, it can't be fatigued by the look of it. No fatigue. Heart. Speak with Denzel. I've always welcomed... And we've cured our health, which is great. I'm always welcome at Denzel Smith. Denzel will offer to help for free as a friend. Denzel really works for free, but he won't take payment for helping a friend. Topic. Ask Denzel about something specific. And then what is the shark thing? Soaked. Fuck yeah, let's go. Tell me about the book. Dry out a book. Denzel watches with grave interest as I dry the book in the warmth of his forge fire. Let's go. He provides wads of cotton to put between the pages, but otherwise he keeps his distance. He is wary of the written word. I am beginning to suspect he cannot read. I do not expect he will ever tell me. Okay, so that's running there. And we should be able to just save state like that. Very good. Wonderful. Book of Hours. Again, it is a demo build. It's a Steam Next Fest sort of thing, so I suppose it's an early version of the product. Check it out yourself. If you want to see some more, let me know, and we'll keep chipping it away at and go a little bit deeper. I can see that, maybe you've never seen this sort of stuff before with Cultist Simulator, so it's all a bit foreign, but I really enjoy this. This is a very worthy sequel already. But yeah, let me know and we'll go a bit deeper. Otherwise, I might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.